Welcome in everyone to Behind the Counter. I swear to God, the chair is lopsided.
You want this one?
The arms aren't matching. This, like, look at this. Look at this one as far as this one's down. And look how high this one is.
It does look a little crooked.
Looks fine to me.
That looks fine to you?
There's
a good inch difference between
it's a
the
little
two.
lopsided.
Oh, it's lopsided.
It's the way you're sitting.
Not really.
Your
I'm sitting.
cheeks are lopsided.
I'm literally sitting in the middle. I can feel the lop.
You get me my water boy.
I fucking hate those things.
They're cool.
Yeah.
I literally charged
nice
this
fresh
all
water
day
all
last night. Okay, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
When you charge your laptop and you take it, right? Let's say it has a full charge, and you go like this. Doesn't that like put it to sleep?
Yeah.
It doesn't. You barely uses any battery, right?
It uses some battery, but
But not like a lot. Am I right or no?
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, I had this sitting here charging. I've noticed over maybe the last, I don't know. I got this not too long ago, but it doesn't hold a charge at all. Like it never ever. Like I literally had it sitting yesterday at home charging all afternoon and night. It got at least 8 hours of charge. Okay,
That's almost too much charge.
and I put it right in I didn't even turn it on, and I haven't turned it on since. I just got here, opened it up again, low battery.
Is the thing plugged in at your house? Now, this is a legitimate question. Like, it seems like it's just not charging at all.
He unplugged it for like 6 hours, which is pretty reasonable that it's near dead at this point.
I mean, if it's
What?
in sleep, if it's in sleep mode, then that doesn't.
Laptops that I had 10, 15 years ago, if I had them fully charged, I closed the thing and put them in sleep mode. A week, 2 weeks later, I turn on and they still have a full charge. Like the ThinkPad over there, that ThinkPad laptop over there, that baby can get like, not anymore, but back in its heyday, it could get like 2 weeks if I had it in sleep mode.
So then are you saying you purchased a stupid laptop?
I'm starting to wonder if there's just a battery problem with this one or not. It's kind of absurd.
Perhaps it's running operations in sleep mode.
My point is, in
Running
my
updates
years of
and whatnot.
history having a laptop, I never go to start, system, turn off. I always just go like this. Have you ever gone to physically turn off your laptop?
I do that whenever I'm done with it.
You don't just close the thing?
Like when I come from my office out to here, I close it. I bring it out for nerd glasses right now or whatever. But when I'm at home, when I'm done with it, I just turn it off completely.
You need to take better care of your...
Not really.
It might also just be the charger itself.
Perhaps you could let
And it takes forever to charge. It takes forever to charge.
It's probably that charger then, because
It's probably the battery is shot.
It's a brand new laptop.
It's not that old. It's like a year old.
It's not a year old.
It's old.
I didn't have it last
stinks.
year. I got this like
Not only
probably...
is it old, it's smelly.
I think you got that laptop after I got mine.
Well, yeah, I knew. Yeah, you got yours a while ago. When did you get yours?
February of last year.
Yes, I got this like November.
So it's
Bullshit.
pretty old. Maybe you should let Dr. Wiley take it into his medical office and give it surgery.
Yeah, I have other chargers at my house.
All we've been doing is repairs around here lately. Saturday, Mike was repairing his Xbox, had it on the surgery.
I brought it into the store with me. I was like, it's either its last ride or I can...
Then after you guys fixed, I grabbed...
Dr. Wiley saw the ways and he started cleaning all sorts of systems. How many did you end up getting?
I grabbed 3 of the PS2s from the back. One of them doesn't hold power. One of them's something with a disc tray. And the other one worked just fine after cleaning the laser.
Say we're cleaning lasers around here now.
And today we had a PS3 I grabbed from the back that...
Wasn't pulling games in or something, and then he fixed that too. So, we're learning. We're getting there. Pretty wet at repairs, I would say.
I'm gonna go that far just yet. Slightly questionable.
It is a little greasy.
Let me put it this way: Steve, how many systems did you fix and put out there?
Between Saturday and today, 2.
Okay, now so you know what happens when those 2 come back and there's an issue.
I mean, I tested it with Gran Turismo 4. The disc was One of the ones we have that worked just fine, but it looks a little questionable. And yeah, it worked perfectly fine. Had a controller plugged in, playing some Gran Turismo 4.
I did go and test it the next morning too after the PS2 because I was like maybe it didn't play PS1 games, and I popped it in and it fired up.
And then with the PS3, I put MotorStorm in. Took a little while to put in, but it turned on. Read it just fine.
I gotta fix the focus.
And
Wow.
yeah, it worked just fine. Grab toothbrush, brush the fuck out of the disc tray, and it just took it in fine. Like, wouldn't say
But
brand new,
my point is though, now that you fix two, and you have two systems on the market, when they come back with an issue, that's a goes on Steve's reputation as a repair tech.
I mean,
I don't know, Steve. You've done you now. Let me put it this way: Steve has now put his name out there as a possible repair tech, and that could go. That hey, you're playing loose with the rules and all that. That can go either way.
I mean, I also did save 3 PS4 controllers.
You could be the hero that sells two systems that were that was sent to the back for death that also just made money on, or you can come back with an issue. I don't know.
If it comes back with an issue, then we look at it again, see what's wrong. If it's death-worthy, then we throw it to the death.
So you fixed a PS2 and a PS3 so far.
Yep.
I'll keep my eyes on those two systems with great interest.
One's in the case, the other one's in the back, because there's no PS3 controllers around
Right before
anymore.
we sell it, punch it right in the disc. That'll get Steve.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's
But yeah, so I mean, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I mean, we talked about it, and we were just talking about it earlier. We obviously want to get a repair tech in here. We have the space. When we talk about having a full service video game store, obviously coming and buying. There's a lot of different avenues that we've looked at. Obviously we've added pop figures. We've added pop culture stuff like hats, keychains, but repair tech's a whole nother category. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people come in here, especially this day. I mean, right now, if I had a system that breaks down, where do you go? Besides dealing with Xbox or Microsoft or PlayStation or Nintendo, and you got to deal with a huge thing.
Yeah, ship it out, get it shipped back.
I actually had someone call earlier asking if we refurbished systems.
I guess.
Oh, really?
What classifies exactly as completely just opening it up and cleaning it, or you have to replace parts too, though, right?
Parts.
Yeah, so I guess not yet. We don't replace the parts yet, but
I wouldn't consider opening it up to clean it as refurbishing, because you're putting it back the way it was. Just minus some dust particles.
So we clean them up and stuff, but we haven't actually experimented with changing any serious parts yet. I once changed the laser in my Xbox, and that was easy. Just a couple clips, and then you had to clip it in. But getting inside of it was a pain in the ass.
You got the really long green screws.
Yeah.
Or that are half green, so you can see it.
So what have you opened up, Steve? Did you open up your Switch lately?
Not lately. I do have the spare Switch I'm turning into a portable PS2 and GameCube. That I swapped the back shell off of. My Switch I swapped back to the regular. And
did you hear about this project Steve's working on?
What?
He has this Nintendo Switch backup right now. The last time I saw it, he fired it up and it was a Google tablet. He turned it into a Google tablet as an emulator to play old PS2 games on it.
Right.
it's not working as well as I hoped yet, but I'm still working out the bugs.
Do you know what that entails? Essentially, you had to
build it.
You had to wipe pretty much all the Nintendo data off it.
It's funny. I was watching a Netflix show. Have you heard of it? Web of Secrets or Web of something? It just came out. It's like every episode's a different episode about something. It's one of those, and one of the episodes is the finale. I watched them out of order, but I watched the finale first, and it's about these hackers, and one guy talking about what he used to do as hacking, and you know he's talking about how good he was, but he said he used to put emulators in years ago into systems, and that's how he would then he would go and sell them, and he'd make thousands of dollars doing illegal stuff. And it's funny how that people are still doing that, and he goes,
well, yeah, doing it for yourself and selling it is different. So.
First off, doing it no. But, you know, there's two crimes there. Doing it for yourself, and you're still breaking the law. You're going out and not buying the thousands of dollars it would cost to have all those games.
If you own the game already, then having a backup is no problem. It is.
How many games on the emulator?
No, that's a good
Are you
question.
buying $2,000 worth of games? Or 2,000 games that probably at retail value is probably like $20,000.
I mean, if it's... I mean, that is a very
A lot
good
of them
question.
are old
I
and cheaper.
am not going to answer that question because I have my hard drive in the back. But
Right.
it's good to have portable.
It's a very cool little project he's working on in the homebrew.
I can't bring a PS2 with me and just sit there and play it. Cause
They might have the one where you... Do they have the PS2 with the screen on it?
They might, but
I know they have the PS1 with the screen on it.
like having an all-in-one system. I almost had to sneeze, but I'm good. Yeah, all-in-one system. That'd be really cool.
Right.
They used to make those suitcases where you could plug your system into it, and it had just like the HDMI and like the power cable coming out of it. Those were kind of cool. Someone tried to trade one in here once, but
I think they still make those.
they said we couldn't come to a deal on it. It was pretty absurd looking, and I think he wanted a lot of cash for it.
Right.
I mean, then you could just make one yourself. Just
I know, just just use an extender in a suitcase, I guess. Well,
but like one system. That's all you need. That's all I want. One system.
that's Steve's dreams and goals right now. He is to make a portable PS2 to play old NASCAR on.
Yep. That's full dream right there.
No, there we go. What else we got? So we've been doing repairs like crazy, and so we're gonna look at that. I think that we should get a repair tech, and you guys learn off of that a little bit. You guys can make a good, because really at the end of the day, you guys usually handle a lot of small. I think you guys know enough where you guys can handle like small. Like if some guy comes, obviously battery replacements, controller issues, pins on NESs, system cleans. But I don't know. But having people that know the little stuff saves from the guy who's doing like the big. Like it's good to have like a team like that.
No.
I think we can have a pretty good repair department.
I mean, Mike and I just watch YouTube videos.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty much just having to come across the issue and do it. I just don't trust myself yet to have someone give me cash for it, really.
Right.
Because there is a small % chance I break it when I. But I guess that's with any repair, really.
Yeah, that's why we have.
When you go anywhere to get something fixed.
Like we could use the systems in the back that don't work or anything to like just kind of demo off of.
I am gonna experiment on that PS4 one of these days.
Those ones aren't too hard to open.
I mean, it's smaller than the Xboxes that I've opened, so it shouldn't be as... I mean, I guess it could be more complicated if it's extra small, but...
Yeah, like the Joy-Con. Joy-Cons are a pain to
very
get.
intricate little things.
Alright, so we also got. Did we talk about the Xbox showcase? How'd that? You guys ran right out and to watch that after the show last week.
Actually, we watched
Was-
Capcom.
Was
but
it a good one or a bad one?
It was good for the fans of Resident Evil, I'd say.
And if you're a Monster Hunter fan, it's good.
I guess that, too.
But
Some good news.
fuck Monster Hunter, fuck whatever else they mentioned.
Street Fighter 6 got announced as well.
Okay, Street Fighter 6 is good, but Resident Evil 4 got another trailer. Resident Evil 2, 3, and 7 got
Re-released for the new systems, yeah.
It looks really good so far, and
DLC for Resident Evil 8. All gonna be super wet.
Not bad, not bad. So you guys, so you guys are thrilled as Resident Evil fans. But what? I mean,
Steve's a little more thrilled than me.
It was a letdown for you.
No, not really. I think I'm a little tired of Resident Evil 4, honestly.
it
Unless
It seems like a game they want to keep living off of.
Yeah.
I guess once we'll see it, if it comes out and they redid a lot of stuff in a new way, which they said they're gonna do, it could be like a new game. entirely.
It's
but
one of the most accessible games this generation,
yeah, that's literally on pretty much every single console you could think of.
besides the original Xbox.
Shame.
Not bad, not bad. I mean, I don't know. I've given up all hope with. I'm giving up all hope with the games I like. They're all a disaster. Everything.
Say no games you're looking forward to.
No,
Dan?
no. Like, which one would I enjoy? NASCAR's a flop.
Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2.
That looks really fun.
No.
Hang on, I gotta send this. No, NASCAR's a disaster. WWE, for as much, no, this is my own. As much as I have wanted a GM mode from WWE for a long time, I put no effort into playing it.
They gave it to
I gotta try it. It's still in my briefcase. It's sitting on my, it's sitting on my kitchen counter at home. And every time I look at it, I just don't have the, I don't know what, maybe I'm just not a big time gamer anymore. Like, I want to sit down and play it. I just don't have the time to, but like, I have been
getting old.
I've been
balding.
I've been pressuring WWE for a long time to do this. They actually do it, and I heard it's good, and I gave it no time. So I don't know.
You and Nico had that little showdown that you were
We
doing
did.
for a little bit. And Nico was kicking your ass. Who
I
was
know.
his stars? You had AJ Styles.
AJ
the
Styles,
man.
Brock Lesnar.
Becky Lynch.
It's just like, but it was a good. I mean, I gotta give it more. It has everything that I think I want in it. I just gotta give it
I
a
would
little bit
watch
more
a
time.
Dan WWE stream. Just a one random one. That'd be good content.
Mm-hmm.
You could go online. You could download all their random crazy people they play as.
Right.
That's what people were doing for a while.
Or you can make all of us and have us.
That'd be pretty funny too. I've seen a lot of crazy ones. They have like Yoda, Barack Obama.
The match of the century right there.
They pretty much, you could make pretty much anything in it because they have the face scan, I think. So, the dude from Undertale, Sans, their song.
I unintentionally got my buddy a ban from the 2K servers once. So he was taking a picture of friend Brandon, and I was just sitting there in the background flipping off the camera because why not? And yeah, that got him banned for like a couple days.
That's a little soft, just the middle fingers.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say you were mooning it or something.
That's next time. That's next time. But,
Zoomed in the background and I saw a pair of butt cheeks. 2K doesn't like butt cheeks.
Nope. But they did well with the graphics on that. I gotta give it a try. NASCAR disaster. No Need for Speed. Call of Duty's been a flop up till Modern Warfare. Maybe they can redeem themselves in Modern Warfare that comes out in the fall. I don't know. But like,
It'll probably be just a drop in the pan in the end.
I mean,
we'll probably all play it for a little bit, jay it up, and then move on.
right. But
Overwatch 2 is coming back.
yeah.
I mean, but see, that's a game where I would only play with everyone playing. Like, I wouldn't go play Overwatch 2 by myself.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
what
a game- I
would
feel
you
like-
play by yourself?
When Need for Speed, I would.
Okay.
NASCAR, I probably would online.
So you're only the racing. You need
WWE, I would. Call of Duty, I would. I mean, I would rather play with a group on Call of Duty, but like Overwatch, would you go play Overwatch by yourself?
maybe. I
No.
did in the day.
No, you would.
Out of spite a couple times to raise my rank against Johnny and Bud.
We're supposed to be getting a new Need for Speed game this year too.
They say that. What type of? Which one?
All they did was confirm that it's going to be a thing during a Q4 earnings call.
What was the last one of those that was good? Rivals? Dan, I remember we went to the Target and you bought one. I don't know if you ever played it on stream or anything. That Hot Pursuit one. There was one then, somewhat new one that came out that you bought out of the blue.
It was a remake of Hot Pursuit, and it
Oh.
wasn't that good. But again, that was another one. I bought it thinking that I would play, and I ended up not playing it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting old. Maybe I just don't have the desire to play. I don't know. Like, I want to play, and then I go to do it. I'm just like, I don't know what it is. Like, Call of Duty, I would dive into and play right now. The new one. I wouldn't play the old one.
I think it's just the realization that you're bad at most games.
That's far.
You can't take the verbal abuse from
that's
the boys
far
around
from the
the
truth.
studio.
That's far from the truth.
The more games he puts himself into, the more opportunities the boys get to bully on him.
Right. That's far from the truth.
You said right. I think his silence means I'm on to something a little bit.
I mean, the last good Need for Speed game was... I enjoyed the Most Wanted 2012.
That's probably like the best one you can.
That's
like the Most
that's like
Wanted.
the best one,
like
yeah.
that. Need for, the first Most Wanted for original Xbox.
So you like the second one that came out.
They were both good.
The first one, that 2007 or 6.
It's a great one. I played that game. There's a
It's like
good and a bad story for this. This game is probably one of the games I spent the most time playing, like across the board. I mean, you start Most Wanted. You start like I think you're like number one. I think like Most Wanted, and then you get taken out, like you get set up or framed or something, and then you go and you restart it, and you got to climb up the number, and they have characters for each one, like 10 through 1 or 1 through 10, and you start obviously at 10, you make your way back up to 1, and I think I put like hours. I think I only got to like level 2. I don't think I ever
kind
did.
of like a Fast and Furious one.
But that was the first game I put in, right? I put that game in.
I think I know what you're gonna say.
I put that game into. I got it Christmas morning. All little old Dan, excited. I popped my Need for Speed Most Wanted in. Red Ring of Death.
Oh.
And at that time, there was no internet. There was no going on and Googling it and finding out. It was
That's not true.
It's like 2012.
No internet. What is it, like 1900?
You could not go online and search it like you could now.
Well,
there was internet, but Mike,
there might not have been info on the Red
Mike.
Ring,
There was internet, but not to the extent where you could go in and type in Red Ring of Death and all this stuff would pop up. Like that wasn't a thing yet. Like going to a website like Microsoft and getting contact information, but like open forums and like chatting and social group, that wasn't a thing. Like Google wasn't really a big thing yet. Like you couldn't, how Google now you can type in anything and like something comes up. It wasn't to that extent yet. And quite frankly, I'm not sure anyone would know to think to go on the line and do that yet. It was only like
it was the first.
It was more like, hey, go to Xbox.com to see our new game. Like it wasn't much of a thing yet. And
that was like the first month they came out too.
Right.
So.
And then I got it like that Christmas. Like it came out like end of November. I got it Christmas. So like no one really even knew what the Red Ring of Death was yet. And then obviously you started talking to people. And I think there was a little bit of online or like article posted. You can kind of get. I think it was more articles. You can find articles.
People got that sad story. I think.
And then that set off like 3 months of hell trying to get that fixed. But that was my first experience as a Microsoft an Xbox 360 owner was trying to play Need for Speed Most Wanted, and it got me the Red Ring of Death. Didn't even turn on.
I have always had issues with my Xboxes.
Didn't even turn on.
But I've always been able to fix them at least. The Red Ring, actually, not really. That one, all my Xboxes got that at some point. And then I got one of the slim ones, and something wrong went with that, and that was stupid. The disc drive broke. And now my Xbox One, my disc drive broke.
I got that fixed, though.
Yeah, but then I've always fixed them, but I don't think that's normal. You have to always fix your thing like that.
But yeah, I mean, by far my favorite game. But I think I got a little off pace. So that's a great Need for Speed game, Most Wanted. By far one of the best ones I've ever. And then they did the relaunch one, which was not. It was still good. I mean, it was still 360 based. I think the new one was still 360, or is it? I think both of them are 360. Most Wanted and the Most Wanted 2012 edition.
Yes, the original Most Wanted also came out for the original Xbox.
Right. And PlayStation 2, I believe, right?
Yes. That's
GameCube 2, I believe.
Yep.
Yep.
The remake.
No PlayStation 3.
No. Carbon came out for PS3 afterwards, but the remake one came out PS3, Xbox, and where I played it, the Wii U. It played really well on the Wii U. They had some bonus stuff in it.
You love the Nintendo.
Steve.
That's what I grew up with. I didn't have no fancy ass Xbox 360s till I started.
Wait a minute. So at the end of the life, for the 360, that's when the Wii U was out.
Wii U came out in 2012.
So when did Xbox One come out?
They're on the same.
2013.
That was their Xbox One PS4 system.
Well, it's funny
Was
that
it?
when you look
No.
at so it's funny when you look at
Oh, yeah,
when
yeah,
Xbox 360 came out. So when you look at the first Need for Speed that came out, right?
Yeah.
And you look at what systems it became available for, it was GameCube.
Yep.
So, and that's when 360 started. So then when the last Need for Speed Most Wanted, the second one came out, it was at the end of the life for 360. And the system for the Nintendo at the time was the Wii U.
Yep.
So the 360 went a long way, went quite a while.
Lasted in
It did go a long time.
8 years? I mean, 2004. I'm trying to think of where I was in high school. I must have been. It must have been. I was a sophomore.
What was it 2000? You said 4 when it came out, or 6?
I would say 2003 or 4. I
the
graduated in 06. Don't write that down. But and then I would say probably 2 years in my high school career, we had the 360 because Halo 3 was out. So
Yeah.
I'm guessing it had to be 2003 or 2004.
all right, let's see here.
And then in 2000, so I mean they want maybe a little bit more, maybe on 10 years.
The Xbox 360 lasted 9 years, 345 days.
What year did it come out?
2006.
6?
Yeah. Oh, wait, let me double check that.
Oh, I guess I was a senior then. I guess I kind of remember being a senior.
I know PS3 and Wii U, or the original Wii, came out in 2006. Okay, 2005. Like, end of 2005.
That's when 360 came out.
Yes.
Seems so long ago now.
Almost 20 years.
So I don't know if Steve was born by then. Come on.
I was in kindergarten in 2005, 2006. Or no. I was in first grade 2005, 2006.
And now we have the Series X and Series S that you can't even find anywhere. Well, the S you can because it stinks.
S is pretty nice.
That's what the S stands for, stinky.
I wouldn't mind getting S for my desk.
What would you play on that? All my games.
Yeah,
I guess you do have probably a 98% digital collection.
Yeah.
100 actually.
No, I have 4 cartridges for my Switch. And yeah, that's it. It's more of 90. Yeah,
So that actually would suit you. So it would make sense to get a Series S. We do have one in the case.
We do. I just need to find $279.99 first.
Alright, so we got a little off topic there. So what we got? We went over. We did the Comic-Con. I'm going off my notes from last week because we didn't even go over half the stuff we went over. So I haven't been there yet, but we have a new Wendy's out front. Steve's. I think you and I share the same thing. No disrespect, Steve, but who cares? But
Whoa!
But Steve's on this whole 7-Eleven thing. 7-Eleven doesn't impress me. Does it impress you?
I always saw the commercials for it and got tempted, but now that it's actually here, I don't really see.
Steve,
what the
I
point
can
of
tell.
it is.
7-Eleven was always a mystical thing for me because the first time I ever went to one was when I went with my grandpa out to Albuquerque 7-8 years ago, and there was one there. It was really cool. And then like a couple years ago, we went on a road trip to New Hampshire to go to one, and to go to one of the final Kmarts that were around. It was really fun. It was like having this mystical thing that you have to travel out of state for, in the state. It's really cool.
So what do they have? They're just the slushies? Is that their main thing?
For the most part, yeah.
Now, have they converted? I know the gas station you're talking about. This gas station has converted to a lot of different things over the years.
It's a nice building.
It's a nice, but they like every 3 years it's getting retrofitted.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised they changed again to a different convenience shop. It's a Sunoco with a 7-Eleven. So like when you walk in there, Steve, is it a fake 7-Eleven or do they have like legitimately all the stuff there of a 7-Eleven?
They have all the stuff of the 7-Eleven there. Like, everything's branded 7-Eleven. Everything's, like, painted 7-Eleven colors. It's...
Okay.
I know it was, like, a whole big conspiracy thing of 7-Eleven Corporation bought Speedway. And we have a Speedway actually right across from there, so they couldn't turn that into a 7-Eleven because Sunoco already had steak. And, yeah. It's like,
Steve knows a lot about the gas station politics in town.
yeah, I was confused by the fucking Joe's Quickie Mart.
Yep, I did see that. They changed.
Yeah, Wendy's. We have a Wendy's out here.
Do you care about that?
Well, I was going to bring that up next. I was about to say, I haven't been to the new Wendy's. Have you guys been there yet?
Yeah.
Mike says he goes there every other day.
I did. I've had good experiences and I've had some bad experiences.
Uh-oh.
And the good experience was simple. It was just good food, and I was pleased, and I ate it, and I moved.
So
on.
how is that a good experience? That's a normal experience.
All right. So the bad experience is one time I got some nuggets, and she put my change inside the bag, and I was eating my fucking. And then when I finished my nuggets, I had like quarters at the bottom of my nugget box.
So who puts the change in the bag?
I was very confused.
So instead of I'm confused here. Is there only one window?
Yep.
Yeah.
So very similar to the one up where we live.
They have two drive-through lanes, but it all leads to the same.
Wendy's does that.
Yeah.
Why are they so determined to only have one drive-through window? Like McDonald's, for example, you go and you pay.
Actually, do they have two?
I think it's only one.
Service yet?
Yeah, it's just the one.
But the one up where we live is just one.
Yeah.
I think that's their thing. They only have one window.
The one in Saratoga is.
Anyone that has two windows almost rarely uses the first one anyway.
What do you mean? McDonald's uses it.
All
Burger
the Taco
King
Bells
uses it.
I go through have two windows, and they never tell
See,
me
that's
to
where
go
everyone
to
makes
the-
fun of McDonald's. That's where McDonald's is a class act. They make sure that no money is ever. You don't think that's why they do it?
What?
No money ever contaminates the food in window number one.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty big statement. To open your bag of food and your change is in the bag and it's in with your chicken McNuggets. You know, quarter touching it. How many people touch that quarter?
I was kind of appalled by the whole thing. But
Pretty
I give them a
ridiculous.
pass.
Pretty ridiculous.
Is it ridiculous, Steve? Do you think
It is. Who thinks to put the coins in the bag?
They just wanted to do like one handoff, I guess. I don't know.
Then you have the coins in like the back of your hand. Pick
Yeah.
up with two fingers. Like, here.
So, and I think one time I went to pay and they let go of my money and it went flying in the wind and I had to get it. That happened to me at Burger King the other day too. I was wicked pissed. It was super windy. It flew like all the way up. And the person was just sitting there like... I was like, yeah, I guess I'll put my car in park and go out and get all the money you just dropped.
They should really
crazy $5.
They really should go out and make sure. That is one of those weird. Like, what does happen in that situation? You ever had a window drop?
No.
You've never had anything drop at a window before?
No.
With no disrespect, Steve, but with all the windows you go to and all the fast food places you go to, you've never dropped anything at a window?
I just don't go through the drive-thru.
You go in?
Yeah.
Oh.
He does his app orders and picks up.
I don't know. I forbid to do app orders. The only app orders I do is Dunkin' Donuts.
So you don't forbid.
No.
You indulge.
Nope. Dunkin' Donuts I only do because I save time at the drive-thru.
That's what you do everywhere.
No. McDonald's doesn't have long waits. Burger King doesn't have long waits.
Burger King has wicked long waits.
Yeah.
I don't go to Burger King,
Yeah,
so
I don't go
to
there
Taco
anymore.
Bell. The only fast food places I go
McDonald's
to.
is simply the greatest fast food.
It really is. You really just can't beat it. You
Their
really just
lines
can't beat
are absurdly swift. They are.
You
always
really
the most
just can't beat
consistent
McDonald's. You can't beat the dollar. Really, they take everyone and slap you in the face. You can't beat the dollar soda. You can't beat the dollar any beverage.
It does seem like anyone now, after you get used to the $1 sodas at McDonald's, it seems like people are being cheap when you have to spend like $3 on a soda.
You go to fucking
It's like,
Burger
what the
King and
fuck
it's
is this?
$2.87 for a large soda. It's like, what the fuck is this? Am I wrong?
I think what we just figured out from that whole discussion is McDonald's is number one. Do you agree, Steve?
Yeah.
I expected no.
No, who I think would disagree, Boder.
He's an Arby's kind of guy anyway.
Boder and all
Who's
his
the
apps
one
and all.
around here?
We've had this discussion with Boder. Actually, Boder did have a McDonald's app, if I'm not mistaken. Did he not? And when we did this, remember when we tore apart his whole screenshot thing of all the apps he has and how the guy eats that much fast food? He has all those different apps on there.
Probably look back at it.
But what was the one that we questioned that he had on there?
I think it was the Arby's.
Oh, it was Arby's, because there's no Arby's around. But there's another one we questioned, too. I forget what it was.
Was it Dairy Queen? It couldn't have been Dairy Queen.
I don't know.
I could probably do it back. Yes, it is.
Trying to think if there's really any better than McDonald's. I don't think there is.
Can't wait for the day when we get a Sonic up here. Oh God, ponytailed me. That was gross.
The solid, or the big boss ponytail. The Steven Seagal ponytail.
Woo! Was gross.
Are you bringing it back soon?
We'll see.
It's gross, but you're gonna bring it back.
It was a matter of necessity, perhaps.
It was, yeah. Like the hair was just down to my chin. It was.
But well, we don't have to go too far. We all know we tore apart Boater's apps when it came up on
Is it
Screen
time
Chat.
for our Showy Boater?
Well, I think I already took my jab. That he wouldn't like McDonald's. Okay, I think that's about it.
Alright. So, around the store, while Dan was out doing things, I took it upon myself to enhance the work experience. I added a headphone stand that has lights on it. The lights look pretty cool. It's also a USB hub. Right there. And I had it leading to a mouse pad that also looked really cool. It was too big, apparently, but it's fine. It's now
Steve
sitting
was
over.
mad about this, by the way. I'll say it after.
It's now sitting over with the pickleball court computer, where it looks nice. And the calculator's dead, not by my hand, definitely. So I brought this in to use because it's cool, and we have it at my house, and it takes up space. And it will look cool here. And Mike and I were actually talking about calculators the other
And
day.
we're going to put Block Dude on it.
Yes, we will.
And the main thing is that Dan is shitting on all these things.
It looks cool.
It's about Steve. It's about simplicity. Okay, first off, let me see that.
Okay, here, I'll open
No,
it
no,
up
no,
for
no,
you.
no. Close it back like it was.
Don't throw it.
First off, I've used these before. Okay, I know.
We all
I'm well.
have, yeah,
I'm
you
well
use it.
aware of the Texas Instruments calculator. Okay, so
What's
someone's
it
got
stand
to.
for?
So let's say you're adding some guy's pops up real quick, right? Okay, it's all about basic simplicity.
Actually, let me see that real
No,
quick.
no, no, no,
Dan,
no, no,
let's
no,
see
no.
it.
It's
I'm
about
to- I know
it's
where you're
about
going
pulling
with
out a
this.
simple control and just quick going. So when I have to come, no,
Give
I'm
me
not
the calculator,
done.
Dan.
I'm not done yet.
Give me the
Okay,
fucking calculator.
so when some guy
Oh, it
you
actually
10,
doesn't turn on.
so when you have 10 calculate, when you have 10 pops, you calculate. You got to reach down under the drawer and you pull this out, and you got to go. And you got to
I mean, you
slide
can
it
just leave
in,
the top open.
and then you
Yeah,
got
but this
to
is also-
look for the on button, which is down here, and then you got to start
Dan,
doing all.
It's a graphing calculator, so when you start typing them all in, you'll be able to see
Oh, I'm
and make
well
sure you
aware.
didn't miss any.
I'm well aware.
I missed any. I hope
But
I didn't.
the point is, I would never go to a small business and they pull out a calculator, and this is what they have.
I would
It's
be like, that's
fancy.
pretty awesome.
It's simplicity.
If you'd like, I can go on Amazon and get a giant fucking.
It's about a
calculator
basic-
that's
We
like
were-
this big.
Basic
weren't your
calculator.
Bucky, Dan.
That calculator out there has lasted us
We were
15
thinking of
years.
trolling you good, and we were looking at calculators that were that size, that kind, but they were literally this.
I would have found that funny. I would have found that acceptable.
And
Because
it
you know
would
what?
work.
You know what? Anytime you pulled that out and slapped it on the counter, you would get a reaction from somebody.
Same with that.
Nah, you're not getting. You're gonna be like, oh, they're using a graphing calculator to calculate
And
pops.
you'd be like, ooh, that's a nice old school touch.
Yeah.
What's going on in there? Steve, again, it's all about simplicity. That table is designed by Tom to have no wires. So now when you add in the mouse pad that had a wire, you had in the headphone set that has a wire. It's all wires on the desk. Now I'm only trying to save you from the tornado that's gonna come. And Mike's laughing because he knows exactly where I'm going with it. I'm just being cutthroat and just ending it for you. So when Tom rolls in, he goes, "What the fuck is this?" and he rips it off. Am I wrong?
I mean,
Tom-
that's actually
Tornado
functional.
Tom.
though.
When Tornado
You have-
Tom rolls through here, and then here's what you're gonna look at. He's gonna sit down. You can take that little Pez thing. And you go like this, and you can knock it off. And you go, "What is this on here?" And just go, and you can knock it off. You go, "What's it? Why are all these cords like this? Why is all this like this?
So
Why
he's
have we got
really
all-"
trying to save himself.
I'm
from
only
the
trying to
truth.
save it, Steve.
I mean, okay, the headphone stand or the mouse pad I get because that was an extra wire.
And the
Whatever.
mouse pad, by the way, not to cut you off, the mouse pad we have is like this big. You brought in this big of a mouse
It was
pad.
more like a-
okay?
that big.
It was a normal
nice
size
The
mouse
idea of the
pad.
table is to keep it nothing on it, keep it clean, very relaxed.
I mean, my argument with the headphone stand, it's got USB ports. So
He didn't move that, so he must
It's
have
still
liked
there.
that.
It's close to the chopping block, though.
Dave liked it too.
He plugged his
He plugged the
Stream
Stream
Deck
Deck
right in.
into it and it worked.
Yeah.
I'm sure he would.
It's functionable.
So Dan and Steve have been clashing on the little customizations, the little things in the store.
They look
Yeah, he came in and Steve was like, "Yeah, he took the mouse pad and he threw it in there." I was like, "What the heck, man?"
It was absurd.
You could have at least neatly put it in his office. You threw it into the
What
junkyard of
did?
death.
The mouse pad? I put it over. No. I put it over with all the other stuff.
I thought you said in the drawers over there.
No.
Those are-
Yeah.
I put it over there with all the other stuff.
That is still quite the death spot.
That's
Not
where the
really.
extra Xbox goes.
I don't know about that.
That's where the brothers go.
I mean,
That's fancy. That's fancy.
it's too
That's
fancy. Steve, it's a graphing calculator just to add up the totals at the end of the night. It's a little
You're
absurd.
going to do pop ones like we were saying, and you'll be able to see as you're adding them, and it won't be as stress-inducing because
And-
you'll have it all there.
Then the history is right there, so if you bring or the pops, you can look at what you typed in the night before for everything.
I think the graphing calculator is a great addition. The sign, though, needs some work.
The sign, that's another one, Steve.
That's one that
Every
Darren
time I walk
hates
in, I
that.
move it and I don't put it back.
All right, I have a story for that one. Okay,
Get ready, I will rip you apart on this one.
it was
Let's
last
get the
week
Reese's
or
going.
so.
You want one of these?
Last week or sometime in the past, I was helping out a customer, and like 3 people came in, and I was finishing helping them out. I look over, it's like there's 2 people. Where'd the third one go? So like I slowly walk over, try to peer around the corner, not there. Okay, so I like poke my head in the back, and he was all the way at the end. I was like, "Hey, you can't be back here." And he's like, nah. That's where you hit all your PS5s and stuff. I was like, no. And then
People-
immediately after they left, I grabbed one of the big fucking sign things, those 2 light covers, and just concocted something, and it didn't work, so I took the smaller one.
People are dying to get in here. It is I have to go in and see this place. Okay, it is they are licking their chops to walk in here. You cannot walk by here, look in here, and not go, wow, look at that. But it just can't happen.
Like, if he was, like, around the Lego table, that would have been one thing. Like, he was
But
all the way in
maybe
the
we
back.
need to go back to having a cone there. I'm not looking
I
to
will put an
play.
end to this, and I will make a nice, fancy little thing.
Okay.
I'm not looking to play London Bridge or whatever that game is called. You gotta. What's the
Limbo?
game? You gotta go on Limbo.
I mean,
Whatever
I
it's
just
called.
don't remember.
I'm not looking to
High
play
enough up in the
Limbo
air.
every time I go on through there.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
let's
I
go!
slightly ducked down.
Let's lower it down to the next shelf. I mean, it's almost like, oh, everyone got through this stage. Time to go down to the next shelf, and it keeps getting lower and lower and
Not
lower.
so much that it's there, that's the problem. I don't mind ducking under it. It's that it's the 2 light plastics taped together with a little thing inside of it. Maybe I'll get a nice block of wood or something and put it down there. I don't know. We'll find something.
We'll find something.
No, I was right after that. I actually went out and almost grabbed a couple of the ropes and brought them back, but thought better of it.
That actually wouldn't be bad.
Mm.
What's barking that even?
Because the 2 big signs are there that say "Do not enter" is not good enough.
That people
No,
don't
it's-
read, apparently.
Apparently, like it's literally 2 big signs that go "Do not enter."
It's as close to the entrance as you can get to.
I mean, how can you not walk through there and see those 2 signs? It's a little appalling.
Some people can't read.
All right, 6 o'clock. We got High Five up next. I think it's a repeat episode with Nico. You know which one it is?
Wow.
Yeah, if maybe.
That's up next. High Five, and then House Divided is up after that. No, they're up at 8 o'clock. Then we have Danny NASCAR, No Look, and then Monday Night Gaming all tonight here on the channel. That is it for tonight. You guys anything else?
Nope.
All right. With that, I will say adios. We'll see you next week here on Behind the Counter. Until then, see you later.